Right, Kayla. Right, so here's your example. There's just a couple of things that I would do. So first of all, the reason why your die cut is not visible is because you've set it to where is it selected? So if I go to the die cut here and click on that, you've actually set it to non-printing. You didn't set it to overprint. So that's the reason why it's not showing on the separation. So non-printing means it's not going to print. So you need to make sure you set it to overprint stroke, not non-printing. Okay, so when you've done that, that should fix up your issue of not seeing it in the separation. So if I go to separations preview, you can see it there. Oh, what just happened? Oh yeah, you can see it there. It's just there. So you can see it there. So die cut off. I can see it up here. Die cut off, die cut on. Okay. So that's just my preview keeps doing weird stuff, but yeah, it's there. Yeah, so you can see it. My previews for some, it's probably because I'm recording, I don't know. But yeah, so you can see that it's working. Okay, so it's because you set it to non-printing. And when you set it to non-printing, it then won't be in the separations because it's not printing. Second of all, it's not super accurate either. The problem is that if you do have even minimal misregistration, the die cut is going to cut in the wrong spot. So you need a little bit of bleed out from the logo. So where there's white space, you don't need bleed because it's white, it's paper. But or transparent, whichever one you decided to do. But with this black solid mass here, you need a little bit of bleed to come out, and I'll show you how to do that. This is an Illustrator file. I take it. Yeah, so I would do it in Illustrator. So I'm going to click on Edit. It's going to bring it open Illustrator. And so just a couple of things that I would do. Now the only issue is kind of knowing where that die cut is. So it's kind of halfway through. But what we could do is just copy this and put it on top. And the only issue with that, of course, is that it's not super accurate. Or maybe it's just the rendering. No, it looks like it's quite accurate. Okay, so I might just copy this just so I have a guide. I'll just make sure of my layers that I've got it selected. Yep, so, and I'm going to copy that. I'm going to put it into my Illustrator file. Where are you, Illustrator? Oh, it's in my other screen, of course. Even though I didn't ask it to go in the other screen. Okay, so that's it there. I'm going to paste in. Whoa, it's totally different size. Okay, so you've got different sizes. That's not good. So did you scale this? No, that's interesting. Oh, okay, I think I had the wrong one, that's why. But still, okay, so that's not obviously not the one I want. No. So I want hide that, I want this one. And has that been scaled? No. Oh, okay. Yeah, it has been scaled, but I don't know what to. Interesting. Well, it looks to me like it's halfway down. So it would have been nice to use this as a guide, but it looks like it's scaled a bit different. Okay, so it's halfway down. So what I can do is create a guide. So I'm going to bring up my rulers and bring up a guide here. And hopefully I can align that guide. There's my align tools. Okay, the guides are locking, so I've got to make sure that guides are not locked. I can select it, yep. So I'm going to do an align to the object so that it's aligned center. So that's about the center. So hopefully that's accurate enough. Okay, and so what you need to do is you need to basically create a bleed area that goes out of here. Yeah, it might make it a little bit difficult with this cutout area though. So what I would do is I would just create a shape. Okay, so create a shape. Actually, I'm going to output this a bit first. So what I'm going to do is stretch it out. So I'm going to make a copy of this. Let's see, where's your layer? My layers are here. Copy this, create a new layer, and put it in here. Right. And then what I want to do is expand that. So I want to go to, I'm just trying to think, sorry, actually we might need to do something else as well. So what I might do is solidify this a little bit more so that it's, so we don't have this cutout area here. And then we might, actually I'll try this first. So edit, object, path, offset path. And you can see that what that does is it offsets, but we don't need it offset by that much. Okay, so I'll leave it at about 3 mil. And so the only issue, of course, is that, see, I didn't want that cut to be like that. I wanted it to go from here out. So, and that's why I was thinking about maybe just filling this in. So what I might do, it is grouped. Yeah, okay, so it shouldn't be grouped. That's going to cause some problems. Okay. Oh, good. Okay, so I can delete that. That's perfect. That's exactly what I needed. Right, so what I can do with that now is I can leave that here. I can expand this, object, path, offset path by about 3 mils. Right, so that's your bleed. That's your bleed area. So we've got some stuff I don't want. Oh. It was still grouped. Right, so we've got some bleed area that we can use from one point to the other. So we need to create like a cut. So I'm going to remove the inner bit, and I'm going to bring back this layer here so we can see. So we want to create an output like a little wedge shape, a 45-degree wedge shape going out this way and going out this way. Okay, so, and I can use just this line here to create a 45-degree angle like that, and then I can move it. This is where you smart guides become handy. So I can move this, and I want this to snap to that intersection there. So I can probably snap it there. And then I can use the scale tool to scale it. Are you scaling? Just, oh, why are you doing that? There, to scale it kind of out, because we want a bit of an intersect there. Okay, and the same thing with the other side. So we could, what I could do is just grab, we can see the center there of that rectangle. So I can go to the reflect tool, hold down the option or the alt key, click on the center there, and preview that. You can see that it goes across the other way. Copy, and it's kind of accurate, but kind of not. Might just use the arrow there to move it across. It's about like that. So what we want is we want to make a cut here for that shape. I'm just trying to think. I could probably expand this. I'm just using the Shift key and click, hold and drag to expand this rather than scale, so that we're kind of cutting a wedge shape like that, right? And so if I combine all of these now and use the Shape Builder tool, I should be able to cut those shapes out like that. And now I should be able to remove these things as well. Right, so I don't want that. Don't want that. And I don't want any of this stuff either. And I don't want that either. I can actually, you can actually just move these points up. You don't need to cut anything, just move it so that, because it's going to go underneath, right? So that's your wedge shape, and so I put that wedge shape underneath so that you have that kind of bleed happening, right? So that if it gets cut, if it's a little bit inaccurate, you won't get this ugly kind of white line happening there. That's pretty much all you need. You don't need to do that to the to your spot gloss varnish, because the varnish will go over the top at that shape, so it needs to follow that shape. So it's just for the ink that you need that. So I'm going to save that, and hopefully that'll update. Yep. And I don't know why. Oh, it looks like it's shrunk. Yeah, I don't know how you put this in. Oh my god! So this thing has gone and shrunk on me. So, and that's going to make it a little bit difficult to position now because of that. So I don't. Yeah, it shouldn't. I don't know how you size this, but it's kind of shrinking on me. I'm just going to save it like that for just. I just want to test something, and I want to refresh that. Yeah, see, so it seems to. Oh, okay, I think I know what the problem is. No, it's the way you brought it in, I think. Okay, so I might duplicate that, and can I embed this? No. Embed link, yeah, so this link becomes an embedded version. Just because I want to keep that size. So I might do that again without moving it. So copy and paste in place. So I've got a copy there, and then I'm going to embed the link. So that's the one there. Just so I can keep it as is. And I might just put it up top here, just so I can separate it. Okay, and then I'll do this again. Put that underneath, save it, and where's my links? Yeah, so it shrinks when I bring it in, which is not great, but anyway. So I've got this backup one here, which gives me the exact size, and hopefully I'll I'll just bring it underneath. Actually, what if I tell this to fill proportionally? Yeah, I think that, oh, no, it looks like it's gone a little bit bigger than before. So it's cutting right, yeah, but it's just seems a little bit bigger than the other one. So now it's grabbing the. Okay, so this one. I was hoping to be able to change the color on it, but it doesn't let me. Just so I can see the difference between the two. Oh, it looks like the other one just needs to be shrunk a little bit more. I might link these and just do it a little bit at a time, just so I can get it kind of similar to where it used to be. Yeah, so it still needs to go a little bit more. A little bit more. I don't like how it's resetting the percentage actually. There we go. It looks like it's been dropped as well, so I might have to increase this a little bit. Just make sure that the edges are in the right spot. So according to this one, no. So that edge is meant to actually touch that bottom bit there, and this is the problem, is when you don't have these things like right on there, then you start getting problems. Might have to redo the die cut, I'd say, because this is not, it's not going to work, I think, because the die cut's just not, it's not following the shape anymore, as far as I can see. So it should really be following that shape. We could probably do this within InDesign if it makes it easier. Yeah, I think it's just the fact that the die cut's kind of a little bit off too. It's not dead on with this logo here. I might keep this one. Get rid of this. And just make an adjustment with the die cut so that it actually goes at the shape it's supposed to. So I think that's the position that you needed it before. But the shape itself You can see that the shape there is perfect. That's the shape it should be following, but this die cut isn't following that particular shape. And it, you know, there's a couple of reasons why. No, it's pretty off shape-wise. Okay, so what if I cut this or copy this? Actually, again, I'm going to make another copy of this, paste it in front, and go inside and just remove this text so that we're left with just that. Oops, and we want to get rid of that too, that little hole there. And so I want to copy this and paste it into here as a shape. And you can see, like, size-wise, things are, so it's important to have things at relatively the same size, or else you get these problems. I might change the color of this so it's easier to see. So yeah, I mean, I've been doing this kind of stuff for years, so I wouldn't have approached it this way to begin with, but I'm just trying to correct this. And maybe have it like that and 0.5, just so I can kind of try and match that, this thing here. In fact, I think what would make it easier is if I got rid of this altogether. I'm going to get rid of it as a link, although I prefer to have people link things. And I'm going to use this shape as well, so that they're all kind of in the same spot. So this shape is going to have, I'm going to make sure that it's ungrouped because it was grouped. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that it has a different color, just so we can use it. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'll get rid of this guide. I'm going to copy this. Actually, before I do that, I might just combine these guys. So they're all in layers at the moment. I'll create a layer here. I'm going to put that in here, so that's separate. Oh, where did I just move? Oh, looks like I've got copies of stuff there too. Oh my god, what is all that? Okay, that's what I want. Right, so that I can hide, and these guys I'm going to join together. Right, so I'm going to grab those two. I'm going to use the shape builder tool and just join them all together. Oops, what just happened? These guys must still be grouped. Oh, they're still grouped. Oh god. Ungroup, please. Everything. Right, so these guys should be one shape. I don't know, I think this is the original creators of this logo kind of didn't do it right. That's still, yeah. So that should be object, compound path, make, so they become one shape. And then, so now I should be able to join these together without, oh, what is going on? You two join. So shift them, do something like that. There we go. So they're joining. Right, so these guys are joining. And these guys are separate. And usually though, what you'd want is for those two to be joined together as one as well, so that you have, so if I create something like a star or something like that, and it's a different color, and I send it to the back, it's see-through underneath, right? So that's what kind of what you want. Right, I'm going to copy that and I'm going to bring that in here. So usually I don't recommend you do this, but just to fix this issue here, this is what I would do. Sorry. I want to copy that with that shape so that I can do the die cut as well. So I'm going to copy that, bring this in and resize it to suit. So it's come in as a group, which is kind of good because we can then ungroup it and then readjust to what we need. So it's closer to what is required now. Right, so these guys are joining up. Looks like it actually might need to be a little bit bigger. I'm going to just link these up and then just use my arrows to increase the size. I might just use scaling because scaling is a little bit more accurate actually. So it'd be something like that, okay? But that, as you can see, that means that you need to expand your page just a little bit more. Okay, and so I can ungroup that. So that was just under Object, Ungroup. I just used the shortcut key. This obviously needs to change its stroke thickness to 0.5. And we just want to join this shape to that shape. So that needs to go over to where the die cut is. Okay, and I'll hide everything else just so I can focus on that. So that's your new die cut shape. So then I can grab all of that and combine it. That's under Pathfinder and Add. So that's combined it properly. So now we should have, oh, it's still not really, what happened? I don't remember changing this. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, okay, so that, see, this is the problem, is this shape here, it's not following the right shape. What can we do? So okay, so what I can do is create another shape here with the same stroke. What's going on? Why are you not visible? I don't understand what is going on with my software, but my rectangle is not visible for no. What is going on? Oh, hang on. Oh, I've got separation. See, separations can become a real pain in the bum. No, but even then it's not showing. What the hell is going on with my program? Okay, well, I'm just going to take a leap of faith here, and I'm going to use that and use this, and I'm going to go to Object, Pathfinder, and Subtract, so it gets rid of that section there. But actually, this rectangle should be a lot bigger. So I'm going to put it over here somewhere. So I'm just trying to cut out that rounded bit that's gone overboard here. right? So object, pathfinder, subtract, and that gets rid of that. And so that way I can just join up this one. But the only other issue here, of course, is that, see, these guys don't match. So you can actually just use the direct selection tool and just join these guys. So I can just move these guys across so that they match, or even move them in. So like if you move them in, then when we create that that join, it's more accurate. So rather than trying to be accurate yourself. Yeah, so I'm bringing it in like that. Okay, so that way it'll be an accurate join. So we should be able to now, what is that? Oh, that's a background there. Oh, really weird. Okay, so we should be able to select those two and then go to Object, Pathfinder, Add, and that'll join them together. And let's test that again. Okay, and this is not going to be accurate either, this bit here, so that needs to change as well, unfortunately. Well, that's the gloss. So that doesn't matter actually, it's just a little bit off. That's weird because I'm pretty sure it was accurate before. Interesting, because yeah, we matched it all up. So I don't know why things are shrinking when they... So that's supposed to cut. Yes, this has been changed size-wise. I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know if it's me or... Okay, I'll try this again. Sorry, I'm just undoing for a bit. I just want to see where it was changed. Because I think InDesign's doing some funny things. So for instance, when I do that, yeah, it's actually changed it. Let's see where the stroke is in the center, which is where it should be. Stroke is in the center. Stroke is in the center. But this is not on the edge where it should be. So this, but it's in the edge here. Like, it's just really strange. So that's in the edge there, but when I copy and paste it, it's not in the edge here. It's just, I don't know what to make of that. Okay, I'm using a percentage to kind of cut it out a bit, to expand it a bit, because it's just strange. But then now it's not following that. Oh no, it is following that shape. It's just the other shape is confusing me as well. So that's following the right shape. Okay, well, I'll try that again. So this shape should actually go into the die cut layer, and I'm going to hide the images, and again I need to create, and I don't know why this rectangle, when I create it here, is not showing. It's really weird, but I'm going to make it so that it cuts about here. So I want that and this pink shape here to be subtracted. So Object, Pathfinder, Subtract. Then we want to make sure that these guys are in the right spot. Yeah, so that's inside and the other one is inside, so that's fine. So that should join okay. And so we want to join these two now. These ones, oh, oops, these ones I want to add. So Object, Pathfinder, Add. Right, now I'm hoping that this is a little more accurate, and it is. Okay, bloody hell, that took a while. It's still not like that. That thing should actually be right at that corner, but I'm not going to move it from there. So that would still help bleed wise, but this is the setup that you're supposed to do. So this page should actually go up to here. Should snap to this end here, which ends up being a height of 80.3, but I want it to expand from the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to tick the bottom reference and then add in that 0.3 so it expands upwards like that. Okay, and that's what you should have when you need to create a die cut on a solid like that. You need to have that bleed. Wow, what a pain, huh? Right, so and this one's kind of not really following the same shape, which I find strange. I don't know if the artworks, if the logo itself is being stretched or squashed or what. Looks like it's been stretched or squashed at some point. I don't know how that happened. So we can probably just use the scaling to try and scale it down so that it matches. And yeah, that seems to work. So that's, I'll just make it, just make it so that the display performance is high quality. That way it gives me a more accurate view. That's pretty good actually. All right, so now at least we've got, it took a while, but yeah, the way I would have set that up, I would have done that first, and then it wouldn't have been so much trouble later on because it was done afterwards. You know, you had to adjust the die cut and so on and so forth. That's what took so long. But now it's correct. Okay, so yeah, the major issue with your die cut was that you had it on non-printing, and that's why it wouldn't show. So now what you should see is in your separations, the spot varnish is it's fitting in there, and the die cut, oh, it hasn't received that. It received the red instead of that color. So I just need to make sure that I give it that die cut color on the stroke. Oh my God, what's going on here? Let's show the die cut. Oh, what? Oh, it's still on non-printing. What the hell is going on? Let's switch that off. Okay. So stroke needs to be given. Yes, it's brought in that color, so I want the die cut color, and I want to throw that color away. I don't want that. And what happened then? Oh my God! I never moved it. All right, go away. I don't know what's going on. I think it's my computer. Just it runs a bit slow, and sometimes, yeah. Anyway, it's still on non-printing, so just have to make sure that that is not on non-printing. What? Interesting. So you've got a whole page set to non-printing. Okay, so that is set to overprint stroke, that shape. Let's test it again. So I always test as I go. Yep, so that works. So if I hide the die cut now, no knockout. And is the die cut in the right set? The die cut's in the top. Okay, so if I had that selected and I didn't have, select it please. I think it's selecting it. Yeah. If I didn't have overprint stroke and I did that, then you would get knockout, right? But if I have overprint stroke, then I would get no knockout. There you go. So everything works now. Yeah, so what took me a while was to fix this issue here. But like I said, that's how it should be done. You should have this kind of wedge going out when you've got a solid coming out of the die cut, so that if the die cut moves a little bit, then you don't get this ugly white line happening there. All right, so hopefully that helped you.